fundamentalist Christianity and Calvinistic churches, I realized that there's an expectation among Christians and churches to support the government, such as Trump, whether or not they are law-abiding, decent, moral, and constitutional protecting leader. If you ask the average churchgoer if Donald Trump is sent by God or if he's a messenger from God, most people would probably say yes. Because Christians believe from the dawn of time that whoever is the leader of wherever they happen to be, that is ordained by God. Even if the person is the worst human being imaginable, a dictator, a authoritarian, a rapist, it really doesn't matter. If the person is in charge, they believe that they are divine and that they are God's chosen representative. And it's funny, I guess, because our country was founded by people who were trying to escape, flee from individuals who believed they were divinely appointed as leaders. It's not a coincidence why Christians still see leaders as divine. It's unforgivable how people of religious faith or conservative Republican values voted for a man who's known for touching people without their consent. I mean, I don't care what Trump stands for. The good, the bad, the ugly. If a man cannot keep his hands to himself, I don't want to know what he stands for, because he's already been his name in my mind has been scratched out. He won't even be considered for any position in my mind because he is an awful human being. But being an awful predator does not disqualify this person in their minds. This is terrifying. A 30-plus convicted felon, a man known for touching women and kids without their consent, making jokes on live television about SA. And we don't disqualify him from any primaries, from any positions of authority for one or all of those things. We still think it's okay and fashionable for him to run. This is how dark and disturbing religion can go. Religion actually makes people believe that if somebody holds up a Bible or sells a Bible, that they're a moral human being. If they say God enough times, that they are a moral human being. And my own family believes, even if the person is an awful human being, if God can use them to fix something or to carry out his will, they will vote for this person. In my opinion, if somebody can't keep their hands to themselves, they can't be decent human beings. They can't keep certain things in their pants. And they make jokes and make light of women who are being harmed and are actively participating in that harm. That person shouldn't even be considered for candidacy. They have lost all transparency and believability. And you look at what happened on January 6th, That and that alone should have disqualified Donald Trump. Telling people it's okay to insurrect against the government, which caused multiple deaths. There is no punishment, even in 2025, for leading a rebellion. Anyone who actively supports and riles their own members up to commit acts of treason, sedition, insurrection, rebellion should be immediately disqualified from holding any public office the rest of your life. Just like they disqualify athletes who have been found guilty of taking performance enhancement drugs. If you cheat, if you lie, if you assault people, you should automatically be disqualified. What the fuck is going on that people don't understand that in that principle? Religion has always been the salt or pepper of politics, because politics couldn't achieve, and could not get away with 90% of its crap if religion didn't enable, protect, and create the environment that makes its followers and its people complicit. Anybody who views another person as inferior, who doesn't see anyone who isn't heterosexual and cis as worthy of respect, anyone who admits and jokes on live television that they would harm any woman, that he would protect any woman, even against her own will and consent. A man who has probably over 100 victims of misconduct and gross indecency. If his own ex-wife wouldn't let her kids stay in a room alone with him, and we still elected this pig as our leader. If someone shows the early signs of dementia, that's enough. If somebody is awful, that's enough. If somebody riles up the most racist groups in America and makes it okay to be awful human beings and awful citizens, any of those things are enough to disqualify somebody from ever holding a political office or a position of authority again. But religion is consistently an enabler for abusers and for political pigs. And it's not a surprise. Christians will excuse any predatory behavior if you hold up a Bible. They will excuse anything. They will vote for anything. Because as long as they get their comfy, cushy, white privileged agenda through, they will step over anybody, any immigrant to do it. They have no shame, no compassion, and no empathy. Because that's the kind of people extremist conservative Christians are.